Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peachy Senpai. Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you are a returning Peachy. On my community post a couple of weeks ago, which I can't really remember when it was, I set up 2 polls so you guys can vote on who you'd like to see me create for my next Monster High video. Looking back now, I feel like I could have gotten done a lot more of you guys' requests if I hadn't decided to create as many of these characters as I did. I don't regret it, I just think I could have had more done by now. So today I'm going to be creating Twyla Boogeyman, Gigi Grant, and her dark or shadow side, Jeannie Grant, I think that's how you pronounce it, Nefera Denial, and I'm also going to be creating Serena Von Boo. So when I started Twyla, this sim actually started coming out way better than I thought she would. I gave myself some grace with these sims because I often find myself trying to be really perfect about every little detail, and I just kind of was chilling with this. These sims have been done for a while, by the way. I was just kind of taking my time doing what I thought looked best on each of these sims. Normally I'm like way more critical, but I think all of these sims came out beautifully. I'm actually really proud of each of them. But starting with a little bit about Twyla. Once again, I'm not an expert at anything Monster High. I get all of my information from a wiki, so you guys can find the link in the description as always. I also will have linked my cast pose, my G-shade, my custom nail pose, and my creative sim background. The wiki describes Twyla as introverted and shy, which is due to her being a boogeyman and she is constantly living in the shadows. She appreciates sitting alone in dusty corners or being surrounded by shadows, and will almost always try to escape any situation she sees as intimidating. Reserved and quiet, Twyla really dislikes being the center of attention. However, her shyness does not mean that she's not able to appreciate positive attention or enjoy a good laugh. It just means that her standards for feeling truly comfortable are different from the average ghouls or manster. Twyla is content in her own skin and accepts all of her freaky flaws as well as everyone else's. So far, Twyla sounds like a really cute, adorable character. She just sounds like a sweet person. This means that at times she is one of the few who can judge a situation in a level-headed manner. But when it comes to socializing, she kind of does feel more estranged. Fair and down to earth, Twyla almost always has a serious tone, but is a bit sarcastic. She is also one of the ones in the group who is more likely to drop a dry or dark humor kind of joke, showing that she is playful in a strange and stoic way. She is extremely selfless and kind to the point where an average day for her would look something like her undoing her father's biddings of giving children nightmares by feeding on the negative energy, removing nightmares from their dreams. Looking back, I think I found the perfect shirt for Twyla. It was a complete accident, but I definitely want to make it look like she's wearing her exact clothes. The shirt I gave her was perfect. The skirt was like second to best of what I wanted to pick. The other one just didn't look as ruffly enough. Other than that, I would have changed her hair, but I have to go back into the game to figure out which one I would use. Also, y'all, okay, in case you didn't notice, I know it's hard to tell, I did my hair. My lock anniversary was May 23rd. I've had locks for 3 years now. It's getting kind of long. I don't know if I can show y'all. Let me see. Look. It's getting long, okay? I want it to be down to my knees, okay? Or like down to my butt is a good length because I think down to my knees is gonna be hard to sit down. That's like way far in the future, okay? We've got like 10 years to go. So when I'm 38, when I'm hitting 40, it should definitely be down to my knees or down to my feet, because the way it's growing, like if it grows this much every 3 years and even longer when I'm taking supplements and like massaging my scalp, oh yeah, it's gonna be really long. And also they're like rebudding at the ends. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but like my black girlie should know. You know, if you have locks, budding is like when it starts to get kind of bulbous in some spots. As you guys can see, it's like a little bit thicker toward the end because I did comb out the ends of my lock to have like the curled ends look, but I combed out way too much, so it was hard to keep it curly. It was more fluffy than anything. And even when I was doing like cream, gel, and like brushing it out and all of that, it was still like way too fluffy. So it was just very dry. It didn't really work out until I started to moisturize it more often, but it's starting to lock up again, and I don't think I'm gonna comb them until I get a nice set of brushes that I can keep my ends unlocked. Also did my nails. These are supposed to be like a lilac color, and I'm so mad. They look really bad on camera. Periwinkle's a nice color, but lilac is my favorite color. If you guys are liking this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below who your favorite sim that I made was today. Okay, so next I'm going to be making Gigi Grant and Jeannie Grant. When I first started this entire series, Gigi was the first sim I wanted to make. I love the idea of a Jeannie. I think it's so fun, so cute. I've been basically planning for this entire time, okay? This is the finale of the finales. So a little bit about Gigi. Gigi comes off as one of the sweetest ghouls in Monster High. She has a friendly and kind nature and and she tries to be as helpful as she possibly can. However, she does seem to hide away when it comes to confrontations with other monsters. She's afraid of making severe mistakes as she knows that there can be consequences. She emphasizes that the time spent in her lantern has made her very claustrophobic. And she also shares in her diary that she felt very, very alone when she was in her lamp, which anyone would be. I'll be in my apartment like all month. I'll probably get out one time and I'm good. I'm cool. Like, I text my friends, we see each other like every few months, but being alone, like completely alone, is so depressing. Okay, I like to interact with people that I care about, that I enjoy spending my time with. So I really enjoy spending my time with people that like being around me also. I am an overthinker, so like there are times when I'm like, oh, do they really like me? Do they really want to hang out with me? That's what I think sometimes. I've worked on that. As somebody at my age, I feel like I should have the confidence to know when someone doesn't like me, or like be able to trust my intuition. So that's another thing I'm working on, is trusting my intuition, just having fun and enjoying life like as much as I possibly can, which is kind of why I took a break for as long as I did. I would say it's kind of a bad habit of mine to take a long break when one of my videos is performing well. I feel like it's kind of on the level of self-sabotage and I need to stop it. I was just getting a little bit overwhelmed, so I took a little break. And until I'm like ahead on content, I should not be doing that. Not that I should not, but I'm gonna try my best not to do that anymore. But yes, y'all, I had to take like a little bit of time off so that I can do some self-care. I still need to do my hair removal self-care. Like, it's been so long since I even shaved my legs, y'all. It's crazy. I look like a freaking Chewbacca, but who cares? I like being fluffy. After I did Gigi, I did Genie. So it says a lot about Genie, mostly that she has 3 different forms. She has a shadow form, Eclipse Genie, and Lantern Genie. I just went based off of like the dark purple, blue, black version of her. Wisp is described as clever, mischievous, and bursting with new ideas. She is, however, the jealous type, which can get in the way of her good side. Sassy and cunning, if not cold sometimes, Wisp is not someone who will open up to others and will instead allow her inner hate and despair to grow inside her head, as she did with Gigi. So after her transformation, Wisp is equally smart, if not more intellectually defined, more willing to discover her powers and new restriction with her newly discovered passion for reading. However, through maintaining her sassy personality, she has decided to turn a new page, entirely devoted to her job as a genie, and she has allowed her evil mastermind days to be gone. Y'all, it's so hot in my room. I have to turn off the AC and everything on my fans, and the sun is always on my side of the apartment. It's so hot right now. If you guys are interested in downloading any of these Sims, you can find the link in the description. It's going to be to my Patreon. I'll just link the video from my YouTube. And I'm going to have 2 secret words for today. The first one is going to be gold. Now, if you guys are paying attention in my videos, you'll know that I'm doing a 15K giveaway. I know that I've surpassed that like a while ago, but I'm going to be doing another giveaway very soon. And if you guys are, watching the whole video, getting the secret words, engaging, because I love you guys' engagement so very much. It helps to boost my videos, and YouTube is more likely to pull them for more of the Sims community and gaming community to watch. So, oh yeah, I also had to get some new makeup. So that's also why you guys didn't see me for like 2 weeks, because I threw away all my makeup. It was expired like by some years, and every time I would put it on, my face would get so itchy, and I was like, this is not right. And the last few times I wore makeup, I would break out on my cheeks. And I was like, yeah, I don't really have acne like this. I shouldn't have acne like this, because I'm used to not having acne regardless of how I treat my skin. She's pretty tough, alright? My skin is not acne prone. So after I had a really bad acne flare up, like this past 2 weeks, because it cleared up pretty recently, like last week, I got a bunch of acne scarring again. So I'm trying to correct all of that. So I had to get some more makeup, some, non-expired makeup. For Genie, I don't have like a cute smoky like tail, but I just used the snake tail that I've had for a while, and I think it kind of gives off the vibe of Genie Grant. Now we're going to be making Nefera. So after I made Cleo, I was really excited to make Nefera. Nefera is named after Nefertiti. So Nefera has quite a few different personality traits from Cleo, one of them being that she is a narcissist. The wiki's words, not mine. Apparently this narcissism comes from her losing her mother, Detiet, denial, I think that's how you say it. It sounds cool as heck. And the betrayal of Amanita. There's essentially only 3 ways that she interacts with other people. So her father, who she relies on for emotional and financial support, is a warm but strict traditional man. Nefera often only agrees with him to get his approval and use him as a tool to hurt Cleo. Well, She's like the evil older sister, okay? Why he would hurt his own daughter, I don't know. That's just how some relationships work. Nefera has like a group of people that she views as competition, and Cleo is in that group. I'm not sure why. I'm thinking Nefera would be like second to be like the ruler, but Cleo is also a princess of Egypt. So basically she views Cleo's competition because Nefera is obsessed with looking perfect or seeming perfect, or doesn't want to be viewed as a failure. That she thinks that Cleo would be the one to put her in the position to look less perfect. That's why their, a healthy relationship between them is not possible. Nefera also uses every opportunity to point out Cleo's flaws and is always on the lookout to find different ways to make Cleo feel miserable or take away from her wins. They also say in the wiki that Nefera is not incapable of making friends, but usually has to be on her terms. So she just seems like a pretty controlling person, very obsessed with her image and how people perceive her, which there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, you can't be so consumed with how other people view you that it affects your happiness. And these are imaginary characters, but like I used to be at that point in my life where I was overconsumed with how people viewed me. And it was really hard to get into content creation when I was coming from that perspective. But as I started to shift and think more like your audience will find you, the right people will support you, people who are, there for you are going to be there for you. And if they're not, then they won't. And also, not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna like what you create, and that's completely okay. There's so many people in this world. There are gonna be people who hate you and not like you for no reason. Like, they don't even have to know you. They can see you and be like, I don't like you. It is what it is. I'm gonna let people live in their own reality, and I'm gonna live in mine. I'm gonna remain positive and continue to do what I've been doing, is trying to build a very successful and open platform where people feel happy and love to engage with my content. I really like the idea of being paid to be who I am. It's a win-win. I've been working my whole life. I've worked since I was like 16, maybe younger. I don't recall. I don't know why or how I got talked into so many jobs like before I even was 18, but I digress. And last but not least, I'm going to be making Serena Von Boo. Okay, so the first thing I did for Serena was download her tale from a Monster High CC creator, but I ended up not really liking it too much, so I will be using one of my mermaid tales. I have quite a few, and I think she came out fine. I think she could have came out a lot better. I may or may not be editing her before I upload her to Patreon, but if you do end up downloading her, then you may or may not see a difference in the sim after I upload them to Patreon. Also, now that I mentioned Patreon, I am saving up money for a gaming PC so that I can introduce new content to my channel. So if you're interested, I have YouTube memberships set up. They are pretty affordable in my opinion, and I also have some pretty affordable Patreon subscriptions. Now for those Patreon subscriptions, if I'm able to get more people, I'll do exclusive polls. Same thing with YouTube memberships, exclusive polls so you guys can decide my next creative sim video or next video in general. And yeah, other than that, I'm doing my best to get through all of the requests. I have a lot planned for June and August as well. I did hear about a new kind of lovers theme pack for Sims 4. It's like romance theme, I think. Somebody said about my first woohoo. I remember seeing that. That was so goofy. I had some Valentine's Day Sims planned, but I'm gonna save them for when that pack comes out. Serena is described as an air fan because she likes to daydream and follow her imagination. I love that for her. I really like to daydream also, more so like manifesting. I try to vibrate at a high frequency. I try to remain positive, okay? I do find myself comparing my channel to other people's, but at the same time, I am where I wanted to be a couple of months ago, and the fact that it was only a couple months is insane to me. This could have taken way longer than it has, and the fact that I'm here now is a blessing in itself. So I'm gonna stay delusional, okay, Delulu? And by the end of this year, I'm gonna be at 50,000 subscribers. I was gonna go for 100,000, but we'll see. But also the views gotta keep up with the subscriber count. Like if I'm gonna have 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna need like 80,000 views. So I need that watch time to stay up high. If you guys want to support me, the best way you can do that is to watch my entire video, even if it's in the background or you guys are watching it in 2-speed, which I do suggest that because I do talk a lot. Serena has a go with the flow kind of attitude and doesn't like to be pinned down. She loves hunting for treasure in the sea and frequenting antique shops on land. I don't know how she does that. This Google has a fin, so how does she go to antique shops? Does she have feet on land like Sims or what? Her curiosity about the unknown has translated into a love for archaeology. She is highly interested in the world around her. I think Serena Von Boo sounds like a very sweet character. She sounds very chill, very gentle, very kind, and she just seems like the girl who's like enjoying life. So Serena Von Boo is goals, okay? If you made it this far and you caught both of the secret words for today, don't forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Once again, watching all the way through does my channel so much, and I want to thank you guys so much if you made it to the end of the video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!